Hello and welcome to another 5-minute first impressions. I'm Anthony Malik and this is Review Your website reviewing Rhythm.io. So we're just waiting for the website to load here. Okay, so the background image took a good while to load there. A lot of stuff going on here. So obviously your content popped up first, then your image loaded from the top down, and then after all of that there was a little bit of an animation drawing our attention down to the Contact Us widget here. I'm not a big fan of the Contact Us widgets, but I'll come to that later. So far it looks like quite a professional design. In terms of layout, it looks quite good. The bottom of this works nicely. I'm not too sure what this dark line is up here. Is it part? It's not part of your design. It's hinting like I'm missing something up here, or I'm missing a part of the page. I'd possibly look at removing that. Moving down, your logo is interesting. The colors you're using, I know this blue matches this here and works nicely with your image as well. The image, it's a nice contrast going on here. Wouldn't be a big fan of the green though. It's very highly saturated, and it doesn't match your button here, which is just throwing me off a little bit. The dark blue also doesn't match anything going on as well, so I'd possibly look at considering reviewing that. Let's move along and have a look at okay, so we can actually buy things on this website. What are we looking at, by the way? Laser scanning software for construction. Okay, it's a really nice tagline. It describes exactly what you're selling, what you're doing on the website, gives us some grounding and context for the rest of the website. Simplify, automate, and visualize. Okay, that's good. We move on to your menu up here. I wouldn't be a big fan of the rounded edges, and also the filled in blocks seem, these days big blocky things like this, it seems a little bit old in terms of, design is going minimal, but for now it actually kind of works because it forces the text to be readable. I like the little animation, and the colors that you're using here work very well together. Now, I wouldn't be a big fan of this white box here. First of all, this dark blue, okay, I get that it's matching this blue here, but it just looks out of place. There's just one too many shades of blue going on. The green again, so this green is the unsaturated version here, and it's not that version. The images don't really give us any extra information about what's going on. I get that you have 3 products: builder, inspector, and surveyor, but the images don't actually describe what's going on in those products, or at least not to me anyway. Maybe they would if I knew what was happening a little bit more. These dashes here, obviously I'm guessing should be filled with the name of the product or something. I'd even get rid of the images altogether and just go for the names of the products. The black outline on the products looks a little bit dated as well. As well as this, the font you're using in these images don't match any other font on your website. They don't match your logo font, they don't match your headers fonts or your body font. It's also kind of old looking, a little bit of a cheesy font there, so I'd reconsider that pretty quickly. Another point is there's a little, you see your blue margin down here. It feels like just, I don't know, just doesn't work for me. So let's move on. Actually, one more thing. There's no border between the white going on and the text, if you get me. So that it just doesn't look separated enough. Probably consider a bit of a drop shadow just to make it sit in front. This button here plays a video. Okay. I consider replacing this with a clear call to action, especially if I can actually buy things. This is a great color to use. It's in a great position. The layout is perfect. Just I'd use it as a call to action. Get people to buy something with this rather than just showing them more information. Let's move down a bit. Okay, so your information is nice. Who is Rhythm? Rhythm is a San Francisco-based software company focusing on delivering simple, highly automated plug-in applications for the construction industry. Okay, fair enough. That's what you do. Meet Rhythm in our blog. That's lovely. And this is a carousel. Not a big fan of carousel. I've covered in my other videos, but in terms of design, this actually looks quite nice. It's in the nice position. We'll move down here to your products, and again, the same images going on. In this position, it kind of works a little bit better, but again, I'd consider the use of this font. it doesn't match anything else on the page here. Again, the images here don't really describe what's going on. They're not screenshots of the app themselves or the plugins. I guess, you know, I understand that this is the site yoke that you use for measuring heights. That makes sense, but does it describe what's actually happening in the app? It could possibly be replaced by a screenshot. If your screenshots, you know, you get a really nice screenshot showing the actual action of what's going on here. Your products. So the header here, I'd probably go for a little bit more of a contrast on the text color, but the size is working quite well, and the position of it kind of adds to it. For some reason, I don't feel like I want to read this. It just looks like a little bit too much to read. I'd possibly consider narrowing this text, the line of text here. Deliver data and create reports. Okay. The mouse over colors are working nicely. Again, the image works well. Even though it's quite a detailed image, for some reason your content still sits on top of it. So you've got the colors going on nicely. And we've a little bit of the text seems very small here. As a kind of rule, I try to stick to no smaller than 14-point text, or, you know, at the very minimum 12-point text. This looks like a little bit smaller than that. It just makes it kind of cumbersome to read. Also, there's this, I haven't read it, I just see a semicolon here. I try to simplify the text going on here. Lastly, the view item buttons aren't on the same level, which wouldn't make a difference if we didn't have this strong horizontal pattern going on here, where we have line 1, line 2, line 3, then 3 lines of text, and then this is just throwing it off. It's just a little bit asymmetric is the wrong word, but it just breaks the pattern there. What you could do is you could use that to your advantage, because it does attract attention down here, but the problem with that is it's now drawing my attention in this direction, and what I see is your Contact Us widget is covering important information in your footer. So your terms and conditions are being covered, and they're completely inaccessible. Well, they're not inaccessible, but there could be, is there something else hiding behind that that's inaccessible? I don't know, I can't read it fully. Your footer, while it looks nice, but again, I'd say the font is a little bit too small, but it's being covered here and obscured. Your scroll to the top button as well is being obscured by the Contact Us, which just completely ruins the whole effect. So what I would do, you also have a Contact Us page here. Does this bring you to the same place? I don't see. No, it doesn't. Okay, what I would do is I'd completely get rid of this widget and just leave it to the Contact Us page, and possibly put this widget or the functionality of this widget on the Contact Us page. If people want to, you know, if people want to talk to you, they're going to look for a Contact Us. It's so ubiquitous. It's such a common thing for people to do these days, to find the Contact Us page either in the footer or in a menu somewhere. This is just unnecessary, and it just takes away from your design. So that's about all I have to say about this. I hope this review was useful. Thanks very much.